So Riot have revealed all of Gekko's abilities to us, and in this video I'll be explaining each of them and what they can do. Jumping right into it, the first ability is called Dizzy, and this is his signature ability or the E ability that you'll get for free every round. You fire to send Dizzy forward into the air, then it'll charge up and send out beams at enemies in their line of sight. When enemies are hit, they are blinded. It's important to note though that this is not a normal blind, you can still see the edges of your screen, so you'll actually still be able to move around pretty well, at least compared to a normal flash. After it flashes an enemy, Dizzy will fall to the ground, and then you can pick him up and use him again after a short cooldown. The second ability is called Mosh Pit, and this is his C ability. You throw it down on the ground, and as you can see there, it has a massive range. This is also a damage dealing ability, similar to KO's Fragment. You'll have a fair amount of time to get out of it before it actually deals damage, but you can already imagine how deadly this will be in combination with a Fade Seize or an Astropool. The third ability is called Wingman, and this is his Q ability. There are two main uses for it. The first one is that you can use it to clear spaces, because you launch it out, and if it sees an enemy, it will jump towards them and stun them. Just to clarify, it doesn't also reveal the enemies, that just looks a little bit confusing because they use the server recon data at the same time. However, the second and more exciting use of Wingman is that you can alt fire him or right click him, and if you have the spike, it'll send him out onto the site to plant it. This also works on defense as well, where you can fully defuse the spike. Whichever way you decide to use Wingman, after he expires, you can go and pick him up again to use after 10 seconds. The final ability is called Thrash, and this one is his ultimate ability. This one actually seems pretty simple. The initial function is similar to a Skydog, where you'll equip the ability, you use it, then you can move around the map. However, when it lands on an enemy, it will detain them as if they were hit by a Killjoy lockdown. Just like the other abilities, when Thrash expires, she turns into a glob, which can be picked up to be used again after a short cooldown. Thrash can only be reclaimed once. As of right now, this ultimate is going to cost 7 ultimate points, but you can imagine things like that could change pretty quickly. It's also worth noting, all of his abilities have one charge because you can obviously go and pick them up again. Unfortunately, I don't know the exact cost of his abilities right now, and the exact duration of how long the blind is, how much damage the mosh pit does, stuff like that, but hopefully this video still gave you a good idea of what each of Gekko's abilities will do.